What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for our predicted lineup for the clash in Istanbul. It's Galatasaray against Tottenham. This is our predicted lineup, obviously. A bit of a caveat before we start the video. We are filming this a day early because we are flying, if you're watching it, which will be today. If you're watching it right now, we are in the sky, traveling to Istanbul. But so we don't know team news, or the press conference hasn't been made just yet. But for what we know, let's get into the team news.
Yeah, so we know Romero obviously went off injured against Aston Villa on Sunday, and we did hear news actually that he's set to be out for around a week, between a week and 10 days. So he's going to be ruled out for Thursday. Mickey van der Ven is set to be back available after the international break, so he's going to be ruled out. We know Richarlison limped off with a hamstring injury, so he's most likely going to be ruled out for Thursday. Wilson Odobert, we know that Ange Postecoglou said that his recovery is going to be a similar time frame to his first injury of the season, as it's a reoccurrence, so he's going to be left out for Thursday. And Jed Spence is ineligible as well for Thursday, and still hasn't made a squad since picking up an injury as well. So all 5 of those players are injured. Other than that, we don't know what other, because Bentancur kind of might have picked up something on Sunday as well, so we have to wait and see what Ange has to say about him, but we don't envisage he's going to play anyway. So those are the injuries that we know of.
Yeah. But look, it is an interesting clash. Spurs have won 3 of their 3 games in the Europa League so far, so we do have a bit of leeway in terms of this game, and I, in my opinion, I think we should make a completely change 11 of what we can. But this is the stab at the Ange Postecoglou predicted 11. In goal, we are going to go for Fraser Forster.
Yeah, it's he came in for the last Europa League game, had a good game against RZ. So with Vicario, obviously played against Man City, played on the weekend. So we are going to put Big Fraser back in goal. And to be fair, did well in the last game. So I think Ange is going to trust him.
Yeah. So Fraser Forster in goal. At right back, we are going to go for Pedro Porro with our lack of cover at fullbacks.
Yeah, so Porro obviously didn't play against RZ, but didn't play against Man City in the League Cup. Came back into the team against Aston Villa. Didn't have his best game, but we know how important a player he is, and we know on the left-hand side the Dogs is playing a lot, and I think we do have to play one of the fullbacks. So we're going with Pedro Porro in this one.
Centre-back positions, on the right-hand side, we are going to go for Radu Dragusins. Had 2 really strong games, and with our defensive worries in centre-back, we've only got one choice pretty much.
Yeah, and I think the more games for Dragushin at the moment, the better, because he's probably enjoying having a run in the team. Centre-backs obviously probably don't need as much rest as the other players, and he hasn't played as much football as some of the other players as well this season. So, yeah, going to put Radu in, and yeah, as you say, he's especially last few games really stepping up.
As well as our left centre-back, which is Ben Davies. He's stepped in admirably well in the last 2 games against Manchester City and against on the weekend against Aston Villa. So, I mean, he's played pivotal roles in both of these games, and we envisage he's going to start this weekend and on this midweek and on the weekend.
Yeah, and he came on against City, came on against Villa, did brilliantly, as you say, has really stepped up for the team when we've literally been in a really bad way in the centre-back position. So fair play to Ben Davies. He's going to have to have another 2 big performances here to end the week off. So I can trust he can do it, because he came in and he's done a great job. So he's going to start on this one.
Yeah. And then left back, we're going to go for Archie Gray, because I think Destiny Udogie doesn't just need it, but deserves a rest.
Yeah, he's played pretty much every game. Even the game against City, he was supposed to be rested, but unfortunately, because of an injury to Van de Ven, had to come on after 10 minutes. So he's playing a lot of football, and I think he needs to look, just because of risk of injury. He's just playing so much. He's playing 90 minutes a lot of the games as well. So I think he's going to come out of the team for this one.
All right, so that is the back 4. Moving into number 6 position, we're going to go for Yves Bissouma. Bentancur's kind of won the shirt back, hasn't he, in the Premier League team with some really good performances. He has started the last 2 games, Bentancur, so we assume Bissouma will come in and start this one.
Yeah, and I just think Bentancur kind of might have picked up something on Sunday. Probably not smart to risk him for this one as well, especially because he's such an important player for us. Bissouma, I think in his own right, has been really good. I don't think he's lost the shirt. I think Ange's just using his squad smartly. But I think Bissouma is going to have to play in this one.
Yeah, but it was just an interesting one, wasn't it? Because against Man City, Bentancur starts, and you assume because Bentancur started, Bassoon would have started on the weekend because he's favoured in the Premier League game, but he sided with Bentancur.
He did, and that was interesting team selection, and fair play to Bentancur because he did very, very well. And obviously we lost to Palace, and maybe he thought Bentancur deserved to start against Villa.
Moving into the attacking midfielders, we're going to go for Lucas Bergvall, who I don't think we've actually seen since the last Europa League game.
No.
And let's hope he can have a good display because he was actually really good that game.
Yeah, and it's going to be a learning experience for him, a hostile atmosphere, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he copes with it. But as you say, against RZ, I thought it was really good, one of his better displays in a Spurs shirt. So I think he deserved another start, and obviously we need to give Deki needs a rest for sure. Patmat Issar could do with a bit of a rest potentially as well. So Bergvall, it's time for him to get a start.
And to make up that middle three will be captain on the day, James Maddison. Obviously, he hasn't started for the last couple of games, which will be a big frustration for him. He came on, scored a free kick, came on with a good mentality in the Villa game, and we assume Maddison will start and he'll be a vital player for us.
Yeah, and as you say, only had 10 minutes against Villa. Brilliant free kick, but obviously didn't play at all against Man City. So I think he's definitely in the good condition to start this game, and could even start on Sunday as well, depending on how much he plays. But I think we're going to need him in this game. We need a bit of experience because as much as I want to change everything, I think it's such a hostile atmosphere. You need a few experienced heads in there, and Maddison will be one of them, I think.
Going on to the right wing, it's going to be Mikey Moore, and what an opportunity it is for Mikey Moore in this kind of atmosphere, and also against these set of quality players as well. Yeah,
big opportunity again. Shame if he starts on the right because, as we saw, he's so much better off the left-hand side. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes during the game. But Johnson, is again playing a lot, so I think it's time for him to come out of the team for a bit, and hopefully Mikey Moore continues where he left off against RZ.
Yeah, to be fair, with him on the right-hand side, the first Europa League game he started, he actually played really well on the right-hand side. He wasn't as impactful in the last game against RZ on the right, and obviously he looked a lot better on the left. But in the first game, was it Ferencvaros? He actually looked quite good on the right, and that was a hostile atmosphere. That won't be as hostile as this.
Yeah, and it's a different level of opposition as well. So let's see how he copes.
In the number 9, we are going to go for Big Dom Solanke. I'm a bit wary that he's played literally every game apart from the couple of games right at the start where he was injured. There is Will Lancashire to think about as well, but maybe we're thinking Solanke to get the first hour and then a planned sub of Lancashire to come on.
Yeah, big blow that Richarlison limped off against Villa because he definitely would have started this game. But without him, I don't know if he wants to throw Lancashire in the deep end. I know we're saying Moore's going to start, but Lancashire against, big physical strikers, I'm just not sure if he's going to do it. So we're thinking Solanke will probably start, hopefully with a view of him obviously getting taken off and getting a rest with a view for Sunday. But you're right, he's playing a lot of football. He's working so hard for the team. But we think he's going to start this one.
You know what? I would start Lancashire. I would throw him in at the deep end. He's come up against Davinson Sanchez. Surely he can get the better of Davinson.
One of the best defenders in the Turkish league, apparently.
But look, like Lancashire, we've seen he's quite good physically, isn't he? So if it was up to me, I would give Solanke the rest, and I would completely favour the game on the weekend and throw Lancashire in this game.
Yeah, I mean, on the basis that I'm not really bothered if we lose this game because we're in a good position. I would probably do that as well. I just don't know if Hans sees it the same way.
On the left-hand side, to finish off that 11, will be Turbo Timo Werner.
Yeah, hasn't obviously scored against City, but didn't play at all against Villa. So I think he's probably going to come back in the team, and hopefully with a sense of renewed confidence after that goal. So it'll be good to get him back out there.
Yeah, let's hope so. And let's hope that we won't have to rely on Brennan Johnson to come on in the second half after a Timo stinker like we saw in the last game against RZ Alkmaar. However, it did unleash Mikey Moore on the left-hand side. So, this is our 11, or this is our predicted 11 to face Galatasaray on Thursday night. Fraser Forster in goal, Pedro Porro right back, Archie Ray left back, Davis and Dragusin in the back two positions, Bissouma, Bergvall and Maddison in the midfield, with Mikey Moore on the right, Timo Werner on the left, and Big Dom Solanke up top. So, yeah, as I say, as you're watching this, we are on the plane to that frosty reception we'll probably get in Istanbul inside the stadium. So very much looking forward to it. Check out for our match day vlog. You've got a trio of people in here for the watch along on Thursday, 5:45 kickoff, where it's going to be Brian Daigle, Johnny, and Ben Kaufman. So a Tottenham on tour takeover. But that is our predicted lineup. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.